The sweet new Samsung Galaxy S10 lineup was just announced at their Unpacked event, and in today's video, I want to share with you the top 7 features that I'm most excited about. Now, I'm Ben from AllThenTech. Let's jump right in. First up, triple rear camera system. Samsung has always had a killer camera setup, usually competing very well against its competitors like iPhone, Pixel, and others. These are premium flagship phones, which come at a pretty penny, and I'll cover pricing later, but with these higher price tags come premium hardware that includes those camera sensors, lenses, and software optimization. On the S10 and S10 Plus, both will feature a medium or main camera lens, a telephoto, and a super wide angle camera, 12, 12, and 16 megapixel respectively. If you've been following me for a little while now, you should know that I've been a huge triple camera ultra wide angle lens fan for years now, and I'm super excited that it's finally making its way into the big stream like Samsung here, and then possibly even the iPhone later this year. Samsung is calling it their pro grade camera system, giving you the right lens for every situation. Now, the main camera is perfect for your everyday moments. The telephoto is perfect for getting you closer to the action or those nicely blurred out portrait shots. But mark my words, you will love that ultra wide angle lens in your everyday shots. Whether you're snapping those beautiful wide landscapes or squeezing a room or group of people into your shot, or you're maybe backed into the corner and that wide angle has now got you covered. They also touched on this, but our physical eyes see the world around us in quote unquote ultra wide angle lenses. So when we finally get to capture this world around us with an ultra wide angle 120 degree field of view lens on a phone that is in our pocket, well, that's a perspective that we're more familiar with. It's super immersive and it makes you feel like you're right there in the action. They also said through machine learning and neural processing and other fancy terms, basically the camera app will now assist you in capturing more professional looking photos. They highlighted a new super steady camera, which I can't wait to push to the boundaries with my hands-on stabilization tests. S10 can also record video in HDR10+. There's more blurring effects in photos. Samsung also announced a big partnership with Instagram, so we can snap photos and video clips, I believe, right there in the primary camera app, which in short will help produce way better looking shots than the sort of janky Instagram app that we often use for snapping photos and videos. So right there in that stock camera app, we can share directly to our Instagram stories or whatever. I'm really excited to test this out on my Instagram, so make sure you're following me at Schmenke if you haven't already for all my behind the scenes. I'm using my phone's camera every single day, quite extensively, capturing social media and YouTube content. It's my full-time job, so I really can't wait to put all these cameras through the paces with in-depth reviews and comparisons. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not already to stay up to date on all those upcoming videos. Now on to number 2, the display. I think it's widely accepted around the world that Samsung makes the very best displays, and they did not disappoint. Their new Infinity O display features dynamic AMOLED, up to 1200 nits of brightness, best color accuracy of any mobile device, support for HDR10+ content, dynamic tone mapping, 42% less blue light. It seriously looks bigger and more beautiful than ever. And I know some people were a little concerned about that whole punch out on that front facing camera, but my prediction is that it's not gonna be that big of a deal at all after a couple of days or just a few hours of usage. I've always been a fan of how the Galaxies feel in hand. It's well sized, comfortable to grip. That infinity to screen just pours over the edges like a waterfall. Its beautiful high-res quad HD plus display simply looks amazing, and I'm guessing it's gonna look even better in person. Moving on to number 3, they're calling it the world's first ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. It's embedded right into the display, ultrasonic waves mapping out your fingerprint. It comes with some sweet benefits, like it's better than optical. It works rain or shine, even in those wet conditions. Supposedly faster and more accurate, like that of the OnePlus 6T, so there's no more bright light shining in your eyes at nighttime. I've actually been using the iPhone XS for a few months lately. An update video on that might be coming soon, but nonetheless, I've really missed a fingerprint scanner. Now sure, Face ID works pretty sweet, like 60% of the time, but when the phone is on your desk here, or it's in a car dock, or I'm laying on my side in bed, there's countless scenarios that it just doesn't work all the time, and then I feel like a barbarian punching in the passcode like it's 1998. All I have to say is to have a fingerprint scanner right there on the front in the display, this is a bigger deal than most people might realize. If we're picking up our phones like 150 times per day, as they said, this adds up to a lot of time savings over the long run. Number 4, the specs and the real-time performance. The S10 has a 6.1-inch QHD Super AMOLED display. The Qualcomm 855 has an 8GB plus 128GB storage, or 8GB plus 512 version. 3,400 milliamp hours battery. That S10 Plus has a 6.4-inch screen, 4,100 milliamp hours battery. These are premium top tier specs that should keep your phone's performance running fast and efficient for a long time. The S10e was also announced, which is sort of the direct competitor to the iPhone XR. It's slightly more affordable price point at $750, but less powerful. It still has some cool potential, fantastic looking design, and let me know down in the comments if you want to see some comparisons to that S10e. Now speaking of power, this brings me to number 5, wireless power sharing. Think of it almost like reverse wireless charging hub on the back of your S10 phone. So from here you can charge other phones, Galaxy earbuds, and the new Galaxy smartwatch. I think this is actually a pretty cool idea, especially for those earbuds. I could see this being helpful for when you're on the go, travel, trips, etc. Now, number 6, Samsung One UI for Android 9 Pie. I'm a huge fan of Android, but with most people, I often prefer a more stock, vanilla, clean Android experience. One UI is coming with a fresh, clean, and new look. It's minimalistic yet intuitive, and still packed with powerful features under the hood that you might use throughout the day. There's App Edge, night mode, one-handed interface, and more. I really like the direction they're going with this One UI, and I'm really looking forward to using it. And last up, as a little side bonus, number 7, those new Galaxy Buds and Galaxy smartwatches that were announced. They look pretty cool. The Galaxy Buds start at $130. They're competing with AirPods, which are more expensive at $160. They showed the syncing process is incredibly fast and easy. The sound is by AKG. There's dual microphones for phone calls, one on the outside and one on the inside, which it can auto switch to if it's loud around you in the area. Up to 6 hours of music on a single charge, or 5 hours of phone calls. There's wireless charging, like I shared earlier, using PowerShare on the back of your S10 phone. That's super cool. Also announced were the new smartwatches, Galaxy Watch Active and Fit. New materials are used, sweet new design for tracking fitness and producing a healthier lifestyle. The Active starts at $200 and the Fit starts at $100, so it's a bit cheaper than I was thinking. Both track exercises, sleep tracking, heart rate monitoring, stress management. They both look pretty sweet, so let me know down in the comments if you want to see some reviews. Now jumping to pricing, the S10e starts at $750, S10 at $900, S10 Plus at $1,000. No one is saying these are budget or cheap phones. They're far from it, but for a premium device, it's gonna cost money. Now, I can't wait to test, review, and compare the phone to its competition, so make sure you've hit that bell to stay up to date on all those latest videos coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until I see you next time, let's live all then tech.